Getting errors in Excel can be frustrating, but it doesn't have to be like that. After watching this video, you'll be able to solve every Excel problem that comes in your way. First, we'll take a quick look at two helpful commands: error checking and evaluate formula. These will be our secret weapons in the fight against errors. Then, we'll dive into each specific error, explain what it means, and show you how to solve it. Let's start! Error checking is your first line of defense against Excel problems. It scans your spreadsheet for common errors and provides suggestions on how to fix them. Let's see how it works. Here we have some errors. Don't worry for the moment about each specific type of error. We will review them in detail later. We go Formulas, Error Checking, and it analyzes each error in the spreadsheet. It provides useful information like error location and error description, probably the most useful information of this window. With Next, it goes to the next error and so on. Also, we can press this arrow and trace error to see which cells are causing the error, also very useful. To remove the arrows, we simply press Remove Arrows. Next up, we have the Evaluate Formula tool. It breaks down the formula step by step, so you can see exactly where things might be going wrong. First, we select the cell that contains the error, and then we click on the button Evaluate Formula. The underlined expression is the one that will be evaluated next when we press Evaluate. Let's try it. OK, you see the result in numbers. Also, the most recent result has italics fonts. For next step, we press again Evaluate. As we said, the underlined are the ones that will be evaluated next. Now we are going to evaluate this, and the error appeared. So by breaking down the individual calculations, it's more possible to locate the error. The first error we'll review is the div 0. In this spreadsheet, we have a cell for total population and a cell for the population of children. To find the percentage of children inside the total population, we just have to divide the number of children over the total number of people. Right now it's fine, 22.7%. But if we accidentally delete cell B2, this error appears. Same happens if the cell becomes 0. Let's review the error. Here it says, the formula or function used is dividing by 0 or empty cells. So to fix it, we must change the denominator. OK, fixed. Next one is the hashtag error. In this cell, we have the average sales per month. To find the yearly estimation, we simply have to multiply this cell by 12. Oh no, what happened? The error occurs because there is not enough space inside the cell to display the value. So the solution is to increase the width of the column. Easy. Now it's ready. Here, first of all, we have the sales of 3 months and we need to find the average. So we will use the function average and add the values of June, July, and accidentally write August. We'll continue with the next example and then review the results. Here we need to create one date inside this cell, so we will use the function date that requires 3 arguments: year, month, and day. OK, both results return a value error. Let's review them. Yes, both errors return the same message, that the value used in this function is of the wrong data type, so let's check. Average needs numbers to work, and here we entered text, so let's fix this. OK, it's ready. We have the same issue here. we selected these 3 cells. These 2 cells include numbers, but this one is text, so if we change this May to 5, the error is gone. In this example, we have all the months and we need to sum the values for 3 specific months, February, August and October, so we will use the sum function. OK, now we get informed that we must remove October from the result. To do it faster, I will remove the row of October. And it's ready. Oh no, it's not. What happened? Let's investigate the error. Moving or deleting cells caused an invalid cell reference or function is returning reference error. Indeed, I deleted a row, so the error ref appears when we delete a row, a column, or a cell in general. Here you can see that the cell that we deleted has no address now, so Excel replaced its old address with ref. To fix the error and keep only the values of February and August, we just delete the ref from the formula. OK, correct. In this spreadsheet, we have a list of people with information such as their ID, their name, their gender, and their company. And here we have a VLOOKUP that uses the ID we enter in cell A14 and it returns the company of that person. As we see, ID 333 has this company. Let's try to insert another ID. For example, 500. We got the NA error. Let's review it. A value is not available to the formula or function. This error signifies not available and it often appears on lookup functions like VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, index, match, etc. When the values we search for don't exist in the table, this error occurs. So to fix it, simply select a value that exists in the table, for example 516, and now the error is not here anymore. Here we have some cells that represent profit. First, we will name this range to help us on calculations. To give a name to this specific range, we need to select it and write the name in this box. OK, now the name profit defines these cells. To review the names of our ranges, we can go to the tab Formulas and then Name Manager. This is the range we just named, A2 to A7. So this can be useful when we need to use this range in functions. Let's test it to find the average of our range. Equal average, and we just need to write the name of the range. Profit. An error occurred. We'll review it soon. Now let's do the same with the sum function. Oh no, same error again. Let's review this situation. The formula contains unrecognized text. Let's check our formula. Oh, here, instead of profit, I entered profit. Let's correct it. And here, instead of sum, I used sun. Let's correct this as well. Fixed. So the error name occurs when Excel doesn't recognize a name that we inserted in our formula. In this spreadsheet, we have 2 requests. First, we need to find the factorial of number -5, and we have a hint to use the function fact. Sounds easy, let's do it. Actually it was not so easy. Let's move to the next request and later we will review this error. Here we need to find the square root of number -9 by using the square function. And the same error appears. Let's review the errors. There is a problem with the number used in the formula. Both functions deal with mathematics. For the first one, we cannot calculate the factorial of a negative number. The input was incorrect. Instead of -5, let's use 5. Now it works. As for the square root, we cannot calculate the square root of a negative number in mathematics unless the number is imaginary. However, Excel only works with real numbers, so the square root function cannot accept negative inputs. Again, the input was incorrect, so let's calculate the square root of 9 instead. The result is 3. So when this error occurs, we must check the numbers of formulas and make sure they are valid. Here we will see an alternative way to use the function sum. We need to find the sum of the intersection of these two blue parts, this and this, so we need to sum these numbers. To do this, we write normally the sum function, we select the first area, but now, unlike normally, we will just press space to create an empty space, and then we will select the second range. This way, Excel sums only the cells that are common in these ranges. As you can see here, the sum of the selected cells is indeed 76. Next, we just need the sum of these two ranges, not their intersection. So we will use the sum normally. Equal sum, this range, semicolon or comma depending your settings of Excel, and now we add the second range. OK, ready. We ignore this message. It says that there are additional numbers next to the ones selected. Now let's assume that in this formula we forget the semicolon. We get this error. Let's review it. The ranges in the formula do not intersect. As we saw earlier, when we have space between the arguments, Excel will calculate the intersection of the cells. And in this case, we get this error because there are no common cells. So Excel says, alright, you told me to add the common cells, but I cannot find any. So if we change the ranges, it must return number 5 as this is the only common. So this error appears because either you forgot the semicolon or comma between the arguments, or because the ranges that you added with space in between have no common cells. In this example, we will use the function sort. As the name says, it will help us sort a range. Let's try it in this list. We will sort these numbers. So we type equal sort and we select these cells. Done. Sort is an array function, and although we inserted the function in one cell, the result occupied multiple cells. Now let's sort the ID as it says here. This spill error appeared. Let's try here. Again the same. Let's review the errors. A cell that we need to spill data isn't blank. So we didn't have enough space for the function to return all cells. If we move it here, it will be okay. But here, what is the problem? We have plenty of space. We can't spill into a merged cell. Oh, these cells were merged. Let's unmerge them. And automatically the function is working. So if this error appears, it means that there is not enough space for an array function to return the result, or there is enough space, but there is a merged cell in the area. In this spreadsheet, we have a table with names of people, their region, and the amount of sales they achieved. We are asked to filter them by West and North region. Let's start with West using the function filter. Let's click this symbol to open the function window and make it easier. So first we need the array, this one. Then we need to select the column based on which we will filter, this one. and then the desired value, in this case west. We used the equal sign because this argument needs to be either true or false, so we need to compare the values. Ready. We filtered successfully the west region. Let's do the same with north. We have this calc error. Let's review it. After checking the array, we notice that there is no region north. So this results in a calculation issue. This explains the error name. Let's see what will happen if we change one region to north. Now the function returns the only line of north region. So the calc error has to do with calculation issues and specifically with array-related calculations. In our last error, we will use a not so common Excel mode, the geography. To apply it, we need to have data that represent a country, a region, or a city. Here we have a cell with the value Germany, so we are ready to proceed. We select it, and then from the Data tab, we select Geography. Here we confirm which Germany we want, since it found 4 possible options. And now we can easily and fast get information about Germany. It has many options, like area, population, or even carbon dioxide emissions. Automatically, it adds the new result on the next available cell on the right. If we click on these cells, we can see their structure. Firstly, it has the cell of the country and then the keyword we want to extract. If the keyword consists of 2 or more words, it is enclosed in brackets. So if we want to add new information by ourselves in another location, we can follow this formula. Let's try to add the flag of Germany in cell A1. The flag has the keyword image, so we write A2, then we add a dot and finally the word image. Now the field error appeared. Let's review it. We could not find the field image. Okay, it's normal since I mistyped the word and accidentally added one more E. Let's correct it. Okay, now the image of the country's flag appeared. One more reason that the field error can appear is if we drag down the formula. It is searching A3 cell to retrieve information, and since it is empty, the same error occurs. So in other words, the field error means that Excel is trying to find something like a cell or data field, but it doesn't exist or can't be found. Now you are familiar with any Excel error. However, the users of your Excel projects may not be. A great way to prepare them for possible Excel errors and offer them personalized messages is by using the if error function. In the video that just appeared on your screen, you will learn how to achieve this.